Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is your internet auntie, Dr. Uwa Onyoha Osimiri, your host for the Ntomodu Show. Thank you for being here today. Isn't it a wonderful day? The opportunity to be inhaling and exhaling. And I'll tell you one thing. I never believe that I have the permission to speak on behalf of the elders. Now, I am an elder, but I know there are people out there who are older than I am. And so I ask for your permission spiritually to speak on your behalf today. I'm going to assume that you've given me the okay. So here we are. I thank you. I thank the divine for this wonderful opportunity to be here, to be inhaling and exhaling. What a blessing. So many people didn't see it. I'm also the president of the African Women Mobilization Commission, which is a nonprofit organization taking proactive action for change in the lives of women and children. What does Ntomodu mean? Ntomodu is an Igbo Nigerian word, and it means wisdom that we share to you to add to your repertoire. I would like to welcome you, my viewers, on Facebook page, on YouTube, on Instagram. Thank you for joining me today. Welcome to the show where our stories aren't just whispered like a secret. They're belted out like you are at a karaoke night gone wild. Hey, look, this platform is your VIP pass to amplifying the voices that make our community shine. Trust us, you wouldn't want to ghost this program. Now, by joining us, you will snag valuable insights and become a part of a movement that champions goodness. Think of it as the ultimate potluck. I always like to say that, where we bring our A game dish. No soggy casserole allowed. But to keep this momentum rolling, we need your support. Hit that subscribe button like it owes you money. Every subscription is like a cheerful high five that fuels our mission to serve up even more inspiring content. Let's make some glorious noise together and show the world just how mighty the Ntomodo community can be. Now, before we dive deeper, I've got a treat for you, a dazzling AI art video. Now, I do that all the time because I love it, and I know that you will love it as well. So I've got the green light from the talented Surreal Vision Arts to share this with you. So don't forget to swing by their YouTube channel, and hit that subscribe button. It's vibrant, it's captivating, and it's sure to tickle your fancy. So before we get into it, enjoy.
Circle of life, spin with the drum till the daylight arrives. Hey, hey, bronze and stone, circle of life.
Yes. I think we owe it to ourselves to start our day feeling good, feeling uplifted, and whatever it takes. For me, it takes the surreal art. I love it. I just love it with a passion. So, but anyway, It's wonderful, 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 wonderful to have you here today. Now, today I'm tackling a topic that has stirred up quite a bit of controversy: the outrageous claim that Michelle Obama is a man. Yes, you heard that. We're going to unpack this absurd narrative and expose the underlying ignorance that fuels it. But before I get started, I would like to thank this wonderful family, the Obama family, for what they have done, what they have brought to the conversation. The 44th President of the United States, President Barack Obama, and former First Lady Michelle Obama, and their beautiful daughters Malia and Sasha Obama are just as wholesome as anyone can be. As a human being, it's impossible not to admire this couple for their tremendous achievements. Throughout their time in the White House, they generated, if you will, garnered love and respect from people all over the globe, even to this day. Each president, of course, has a unique style of leadership, and Barack Obama led an incredibly efficient administration. You may disagree with him on certain things. I give you that. Nobody agrees with everything anybody does anyway, no matter how good you are. There's always going to be those who disagree. But it is definitely, definitely deeply unfair to diminish his accomplishments and her accomplishments or their character by driving or dragging uh, First Lady Michelle Obama's name through the mud, through negative narratives. Both Michelle and Barack have served as remarkable role models, and I am grateful for the inspiration they continue to provide today. They are so loved by so many that even the all the living presidents and first ladies always show up. I've seen a lot of programs where the Obamas have hosted, and the past living presidents were there. It says something about a person. It says something when people will come, not because you're rich, because they're all rich. There's not a novelty for them. But when they see a decent individual, a man and a woman who, when they were in office, they followed the law, they loved the people, they did all that they could to make you feel that you belong. Nobody did not belong. Everybody mattered. They knew that. The day that Obama Presidential Library opened, not only was it just packed, it was packed with celebrities, top of the line celebrities, people who wanted to be where there's so much positivity. People don't go where there's negativity. It's like bees to honey. People were there because of what these two represent, what they represented in the past, what they continue to represent. To build this in Chicago, where they started, to give the society, the community that lifted them up, to lift them up by pushing that library there. People came because of what they stood for. I don't know about you, but there's a beautiful portrait of Lotus that I just love. I mean, if you look at this picture, it's like every good virtue that she has just kind of radiates out of the picture, the painting. So these are honorable people, very honorable people, and it is wrong for them to be disrespected. Now, I've got to say, the Obamas couldn't really care less. I know they don't care. They know who they are, and they continue to do what they know is right to do. So all this nonsense that's being spread about him is, it's water under the bridge. But for all of us, it becomes imperative that we don't allow negativity to fester. When you see something that is wrong, speak out about it. I don't care if it's a Democrat. I don't care if the person is doing something right. You have the responsibility to speak up and say, yes, you did that. You're all that and a bag of chips. That's what's good about us being able to dissect what's real and what's not real. So when I listened and I saw all the commentary that was made about uh, how people felt about the insult that was levied against the floaters, I wanted to throw my voice in. And who started this nonsense? Josh Hockett. I don't know if I'm saying his name properly. A UFC fighter said that Michelle Obama is actually a man. Michael is her name. Now, please forgive me. This should have been Obama with a capital. I meant no disrespect. It's just a typo error. So this man that you're looking at here had the audacity to start this nonsense. And quite frankly, if you go online, you still hear them saying these kinds of things. So that's why I felt I'll throw my hat in the ring and have this conversation, because it's very, very important that we do. We have a responsibility as thinking human beings. When we see something wrong, say something. When your mom, when you don't say anything, then you're a part of it. Now, this guy, Josh Hockett, shouted that the former First Lady, Michelle Obama, is a man. This was during a post-fight interview on the South Lawn of the White House after defeating Derek Lewis at the UFC Freedom 250 on Sunday night, June 14th, 2026. That's when he made that statement. Now, that comment triggered burning and widespread outrage, as it should, on X and other platforms, in many living rooms, at the dining table, at the health gyms, you name it. People were livid. Why? These people have been out of office for 10 years and they've done nothing but bring goodness. I don't know how many of you felt bad about being an American during the time of Barack Obama. Now, I'm sure there were other people who think differently as I do, but they did everything within their power. If you see the truth, speak the truth. If you know the truth, speak the truth. That was just wrong. There was no reason for him to be so condescending and inappropriate, given the historic setting that was 250, the Freedom 250, America turning 250. Why do that? Why was that necessary? So first of all, let's talk about the roots of this misconception. Now, Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, President Barack Obama and First Lady, they're not going to see my video. They're not going to. That's okay. But some people are going to see it. And hopefully you speak up too. Wherever you have the opportunity to speak up, you speak up, because, oh my God, you know, when my children were young, I used to tell them, when somebody calls you names or all that stuff, you just tell them, yes, God gave everybody the opportunity to be ignorant. Just don't hug it. This man just hugged ignorance. So what is the misconception? How did it start? What is the roots of it? Why are people still calling Michelle Obama Michael? It's not just a harmless rumor. It's a reflection of deep-seated issues in the American society. So it's important for us to understand the roots of this misconception. Now, culturally, strong Black women have often faced undue scrutiny. There's a historical context here. A legacy of misogyny, of racism that intersects in destructive ways. When a woman like Michelle Obama rises to prominence, some men can't handle it. Their insecurities about masculinity lead them to belittle her. When they see her beautiful, not only is she beautiful, she's brilliant, she's smart, she's a role model. Many young girls, African-American girls, Africans all over the world look up to her because of the dignity she brought to the office. As we should be role models and bring such dignity. They belittle her. And that, quite frankly, it's not just her. They belittle Black women who are doing incredible things. I'm from Nigeria, and sometimes a man would say, based on some of the things I've achieved, oh, you're just like a man. Because, it's just too hard to give the woman the credit that she deserves. She did it because she's a woman, not because she's a man. Well, at least in that respect, they think they're flattering her. But here, they're demeaning her. But when you demean somebody by equating them with the wrong gender, it says a lot about what you think of your gender. What do you think of your gender? If you think that's demeaning for somebody to be a man, what do you think about your own gender? Let me be clear. If you can't recognize a powerful woman when you see one, you need to take a long, hard look at yourself and your understanding of what it means to be a man. Because there's nobody who knows Michelle Obama, who has had 2 children, can call her a man. She doesn't have to defend herself. She knows. But we have to speak out against these evil-minded people. I'm sorry. Yes, I said it. That's evil. To do everything you can to bring another human being down. That makes you an evil soul. These facts speak for themselves. Michelle Obama is a woman, biologically, and in every way that matters. She has 2 beautiful daughters, which raises a critical question. At what point did she undergo a sex change? Now I'm asking those of you who continue to say, please come to the front. And those of you who are in the back, come on forward. Because you need, if you are part of this nonsense, you need to ask yourself a question. Did you do your research? I mean, people just like to talk or follow. They just follow whoever said what. Groupthink. They don't think for themselves. Because if you think, you would know that saying all these nonsense. Or somebody said, Obama called her Michael at one point. My God, can I tell you how many times that I call my children everything but the child of God? I'm trying to call this child and I give that child the name of this other child. And that's human nature. You misspeak and then you correct it. But you holding on to the fact that if that happened, because I don't know that happened, but that's the excuse some people give. If that indeed happened, you holding on to that, even though the fact says otherwise. But no, to discredit him and make him seem like he's a gay guy. I have nothing against gays, but that's what they're trying to imply. He couldn't be a regular Black man. We have to find something to say about him. So when did Michelle Obama undergo sex change? When you open your mouth and say that, then you should also ask yourself that kind of question. If you have any brains, she didn't. Now, if you thought she did, then you need to tell us. So if you are a man and you're calling a woman a man, then you need to know men don't have babies. They don't. Technically, that's the role of a woman. Her achievements as an author, as a public figure, a speaker, and a role model are undeniable. This woman has done so much. If you're looking for a role model, you don't have to look too far. You don't have to look further than Michelle Obama. And of course, the world has a lot of role models. I can name them all today, but my time doesn't allow me to do all of that. But there are lots of women role models in this world. Michelle Obama is one of them. This family represents a hallmark of love and success. They've set a standard that many aspire to, and yet there are those who still try to tear them down. You just can't give them their kudos. It's just not in you. Now, we know that what you're saying is false, but some people don't live in reality, in the real world. So some of us have to let you know that you're not using your mind, or that you've lost your mind. This is a couple that requires all of us to just take a moment and say, what's good and what's bad. Now, you can say whatever you want to say about how bad this, maybe some of his policies, that's up to you. But you cannot create your own reality and slap it on Michelle Obama and think the rest of us have to go along with it. No, we don't. It's showing how ignorant you are. And if you're a woman and you think that as well, you better check your husband and make sure he's a man, because he must not know. And you don't either. His manhood is in question and your mind is in question. We need to be real. We need to act like we have sense. There are children who are watching everything we do. Kids emulate. They hear, they see, they become. So this man should not be, absolutely should not be concerned, or rather should not be shocked that people are resisting the nonsense. Yes, it happened in June, and we are in July. So what? It's still going on. It's the never-ending story. But it's important for them to know that not all of us are stuck in foolishness, and not all of us are willing to just let it slide. And if you're going to come on this page and spew nonsense, save your breath. Because it's important that this is said. And it's said by somebody who came from the African continent, from Nigeria. I'm an American citizen, yes. But I crave for such leadership. Anywhere in the world that you have individuals who care about human life, about humanity, about dignity, about positive values, I crave for that. Many of us crave for that. So when we see it, we don't want you coming with your small mind to disparage something that many of us want to see in leadership. So when people spread these lies, it has impact. It has an impact. But before I talk about what that impact is, I would like to go to a short commercial. As I indicated earlier, I'm the president of the African Women Mobilization Commission, and we have a program running that I want to share with you right now.
This is the Drive Change Sweepstakes. Hey, 2026 Mercedes AMG G63. But it's not just about the car. It's about making a real impact. All proceeds support.
Just a minute. Something went wrong there, so let me see if I can pull that up again. And here we go. Let's see.
Organization Commission, helping empower women and you could win this. This is the Drive Change Sweepstakes. Hey, 2026 Mercedes AMG G63. But it's not just about the car. It's about making a real impact. All proceeds support the work of the African Women Mobilization Commission, helping empower women and communities around the world. So you could drive away in this AMG G63 and help drive real change. Enter the Drive Change Sweepstakes today.
Yes, indeed, you can drive away with that Mercedes and go to our website, awmcglobal.org, and you find out more information about that giveaway. We hope that you become the winner. So let's go back to our conversation. One of the things that we need to be aware is that when we say negative things, it impacts, the narratives impact people. When you spread these lies on Michelle Obama, and I'm talking to those who spread it, you're not just attacking her, you're perpetuating harmful stereotypes about Black women. That's what you're doing everywhere. When Black women are successful, for some reason, some of you guys just can't deal with it. You just can't deal with it. You have to find something that you can say about that woman. Maybe she's too masculine, or she acts like a man, or maybe she's not even a woman. Anything to drag her, because you just can't accept that these women are powerful in their spirit. They are daring. They go beyond their humanness and they enter the unlimited world of the spirit, where the divine works with them, where the universe works with them. You can't deal with that. So you got to call these women all kinds of names, or make them feel inadequate, or make them feel that they have no right to excel. They have no right to be what they are. They have no right to have achieved what they've achieved. It does have psychological effect. And let's be honest. Now, as I said earlier, Michelle Obama is not going to watch this, but she's human. Now, perhaps it doesn't bother her, but I know she's human. At some point when she's by herself, you don't know what she says. Why are people so cruel? Because she's not cruel. So to see and hear these cruel things, she's human. At some point, she may blink. And if she doesn't, good for her. Because sometimes such foolishness don't require, misery does not require our company. And maybe that's her attitude, and I hope that it is. But many women have to deal with such rubbish at the workplace, even in their homes, wherever. A powerful woman can be threatening to men who are not powerful, to weak minds. A strong man doesn't go around trying to demean a woman in any manner or form. He lifts her up. That's what strong men do. That's what good men do. They don't run around here trying to prove, oh, you're not good enough. In spite of your success, I just want to remind you, you're not good enough. There are people who do that. But you see, the problem is not the person that you're trying to put down. The problem is you. You got issues. You can't deal with it. So you've got to find a scapegoat. And usually it's a woman. Usually one that you can't beat around. One that will not allow you to put a hand on them. One that, those that don't even look your way. Those that don't even blink when you pass through. You can't stand that. Some of these weak-minded men cannot take it. Yes, I'm talking to you. I said it. If you're a weak-minded man, come on in. If you're a strong man, you can listen in the corner and see what we're saying about the weak counterparts. It's a weakness. It's a sickness. Misogyny is a sickness. Sexism is a sickness. If you're involved in all of that, you are sick. Yes, I said it. Check yourself. Start from your feet up to your head. Touch each part of your body and see if you're alive. If you're alive, then you're supposed to be able to think. Your role in this world is not to put other people down, whether they're men or women. It doesn't matter. That's not your role. We're all supposed to be loving human beings. We're supposed to support each other. We're supposed to respect each other. That is our role. Our role is not to find those who have worked hard, struggled, and made it, and then try to tear them down so that they're not happier with themselves. Because you're not happy with yourself. Michelle Obama has made it. She's rich. There's no circle, there's no place in this world this woman can go to that she's not recognized. But you, behind the laptops, behind the telephone, spewing your hate, your foolishness, you're telling us who you are. Yes, I could have ignored your foolishness. I could have ignored it. But you know what? I believe at some point, some of us need to say something. You know, there are times you say something and times that you are quiet. But you can't be quiet all the time. You have to find a reason to open your mouth and say something. You have to do that. Because if you don't, the weak people overwhelm the world. And we can't let that happen. We can't. Too many weak people out here. Too many. I got something flying around here. But too many weak people. We must stop diminishing women and disrespecting them, particularly the strong women who are role models that our girls need to know. Our girls need to see that they can become that. We need to change our mind. What does he say about this society anyway? Any society that diminishes, the Nigerian society does the same thing. Let's be honest. We got cooks over there too. Somebody that will quickly say to you, you're a woman. Yes, I know I'm a woman. Thank you, Chineke. My source of pride is my womanhood. I'm not diminishing yours. You should be proud that you're a man. Because as a man, you have a role in this world. So praise the divine that you're here. But I'm not going to diminish you because you're a strong man or because you've achieved. My role is to build you up, but not at the expense of my own sanity. So there are men all over the world who just delight in doing foolish stuff like this, putting women down. I always say to a man who does that, do you have a mother? What do you think of your mother? Do you have daughters or a daughter? What do you think of her or him or them? It speaks volumes about who you are as an individual when you can see a woman and understand that that woman is a woman, not a man. Because it just tells you that it tells us, the rest of us, that your problem is not that she's successful. The problem is that she's a threat to you. Let's call it spade a spade. That's what it is. And Barack Obama, they have raised these two wonderful daughters. These two girls, they are source of pride, even when they were in the White House. Even when they were in the White House, they were well behaved, and they're all successful right now, doing very well. They are not a source of disgrace to their family. They are their pride and joy because they've done everything right. The parents, the black family sometimes is misunderstood what a black family is supposed to look like. Before, many, many years ago, the black family was strong. Dad was in the house. Mother was in the house. They took care of their children, took pride in their children. And then they started tearing the black family apart. Father started ending up in jail for the smallest thing. Fathers come up missing. You have single parent homes. You didn't have single parent homes many years ago. There was always mom and dad. Now, that's not to say that single parents cannot do the job. Yes, but I'm just saying the ideal family, as far as many communities are concerned, is that mom and dad are there. So when you see a man as powerful as President Barack Obama, the head of his household, with his wonderful wife, he gives her such respect, respects his daughters. When you have some men who say, oh, I want a son, I want a son, and disregard their daughters. Obama said, these women, these young girls are going to become the future of tomorrow. And he gave those girls everything that a father should give a child, irregardless of whatever the gender. But you just can't see that for a black family. You can't see that father there. It bothers you. So you have to drag him down and make him and call him gay because he married a man, so to speak. When you know it's a woman, but no, you've got to bring him down. Bring him down, then bring her down. There are good gay people all over the world. That's not the point I'm trying to make. But for those savage minds who want to tear people down, that's where they go. This black man could not just be a good black man. He could not just be a good black man that stands by his woman. We just got to tear him down. You fail to look at the family structure that they built. Family, where they honor each other, where children are honored, where the wife is honored. It's too much for you. You can't deal with that. You just can't see it for this black man having this wonderful black wife and these wonderful black children. You just can't see that. You've got to try and tear them down, tear Michelle down. You know, she's Michael. She's not a man. I mean, she's not a woman. But we know what you're trying to do. But we're not having it. We're not having it. You know, they're cowards. Yes, they're cowards. They hide behind the computer to pick people apart. And half of them, when you see them, you say, oh my God, is that who that was? They don't have nothing going for them. Anybody that will tear this beautiful family down, they have nothing going for them. Yes, I said it. That's what a man, President Barack Obama is showing, is a role model. That's what a man is supposed to do. Michelle Obama, First Lady Michelle Obama, that's what a wife, a woman, a professional, everything that she is bundled up into one. That's what we're supposed to be. And even if you're not a professional, she still shows you can be humble in whatever position you find yourself. She goes out there. She's not out there doing drugs. She's not out there abusing anybody. Every time you look at her, she's out there talking to young people, talking to the community, talking to it. Oh, but that's too much for you. You can't deal with that. Yeah, we know you got a problem. We know you have a problem. You can't deal with this powerful couple. But some of us can, honey. Yes, that's exactly what we want. We want to see that because we know it's in our community. It's in our society. Y'all just don't see it. Many of you don't see it because you don't want to see it. There are many families headed by a powerful man and a powerful wife. A powerful man and a powerful woman. Two professionals. One maybe one professional, maybe the other not. But they raise good children, just like the Obama girls. They take care of their families. There are many such families all over the world. But for some of you, for the empty heads, yes, I said it. You can't deal with that. But you must deal with yourself before you start telling us about this Michelle Obama. You must deal with yourself. You got issues. Yes, I said it. We just have to keep it real. You know, we have to be honest. Cowards always hide behind computer screens. Also, these men have unresolved conflicts with their mothers and seek women who are submissive. That's correct. Yes, Jamila Franklin. That's very true. They have nothing. They are weak. They have conflicts. Something must have happened in there because I cannot see myself sitting down behind a computer and finding somebody who's doing positive things and just tear them apart. For what? Now, if you're doing something foolish, that's something else. Because God knows we've got a lot of crazy leaders out here that we can talk about. But Michelle Obama and Barack Obama are role models that deserve respect. And for some of us who may never meet them, may never know them, we have our own little ways to let them know. We see you. We hear you. We know what you stand for. And we are proud. We are proud of you. We are proud of all that you've achieved. We are grateful for people like you. You know, people like you make it so that what is the work that what I'm looking? People like you teach. You know, sometimes you learn from others. You don't always know everything. Experience is a teacher, yes, but sometimes when people have gone through the experience themselves, you know, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Somebody has already done it, and you can learn from those who have done it. That's what Michelle Obama represents. Why am I just talking about? Because she's a woman. She's a black woman who deserves respect. That's it. Period. She deserves respect. Just like any other person. If I see any woman being dragged, I don't care if she's purple, green, or white. I don't care if it's black. If you're dragging a good person down, I'm going to challenge you. We need to challenge you. It's not right. Now, the worst person you can pick on is the one who we know, the world knows. Yes, I said it. The world knows that this is a power couple steeped in good, solid values that the rest of us can emulate. And if you can't emulate Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, then you got problems. Let's keep this real. Leave them alone. They've served their time. 10 years ago, they were. Now all they're doing is trying to do something positive for humanity, and you can't stand that. I see little AI programs that they think is funny. They say, "Oh, Barack and Michael," or "Oh, Michelle." Why are you doing that? It just shows it's not amusing. It's not funny. It's stupid. It's dumb. It speaks more about you than the person you're cheering down. Michelle Obama is not going to be bothered by your foolishness. But human nature, she may glance at it, she may poo-poo it, or being human, it may hit a nerve. And I hope that it doesn't. I hope that she doesn't allow your foolishness to get to her. Because you know what? The rest of us will talk for her. She doesn't have to say a word. I know a good human being. I know a good woman. And I'll be darned if I don't say something. And many of us are saying something because I'm so proud of all the people who have been saying and talking about Michelle Obama. I so desperately, as a matter of fact, I tried to get tickets to go to the library, Obama library, but I can't. It's book solid. So when you're here in your little mind trying to put them down, man, you can't even get a ticket to go to the presidential library because it's selling out. It tells you something. It tells you a lot. The people you're trying to break down, the rest of the world value them so much. They're coming from all parts of the world to the presidential center. I'm still trying. I go there every day to see, did somebody cancel that? Is there a possibility I can get a ticket? Because I want to go. There are many people who have gone there and they just, and now and then the president and first lady will walk in and people just like, oh my God. And they're just so down to earth. That's what we should look for. That's who we should look up to. We should not be looking up to all these. Okay, I just have to be careful what I say. Some of us look up to those who commit crimes. Some of us look up to those who are mean-spirited. We look up to those who do things to hurt other people, not thinking it will turn around and hurt them. And they don't know that God's watching. The divine watches what you do. Sometimes boomerang is something. It's real. It comes back to haunt you. Now, this man that ran around here calling Michelle a man, oh, he's struggling now. He's struggling now. He picked the wrong fight. He picked the wrong person. He picked the wrong person. Because Michelle doesn't have to fight. She doesn't have to go there. Now somebody says that she went to court and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's true. I keep trying to find if that's true. But the bottom line is this, though. People are fighting for her. You are losing your mind. You're losing everything you yourself fought for because other people are fighting you on her behalf. Michelle is not out here telling any one of us to go on TikTok or go to any of the platforms to say a word about her. She's minding her business. It's the rest of us who will not tolerate nonsense that go up there to say, no, not this sister. No. We're not going to let this slide. I know I'm not. That's why my little conversation today is fun for me, because I just want to expose this nonsense. From my perspective, I mean, there are other people who are doing the same thing. But for me, I just couldn't shut up. For some of you, it's old news, but it's never old news if it continues. So as they continue to do this nonsense, you continue to talk about it. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore anything that's wrong. Don't ignore anything that's wrong. You speak about it. Let the world know how you feel. and somebody starts that foolish conversation, you know what to do. You know what to do. So what are my recommendations? What should we do? Can we do anything about it? Is it up to us to do something about it? Yes, it is. You, but those of us who want to, go for it. If for those spreading misinformation, just tell yourself you're biased. Be honest. You're just biased, and you're insecure. You just advise yourself. There's an African proverb that says that you need to use your tongue to count your teeth. Use your mind to determine where you stand on this matter, because this is not working. When I see it written, I don't go past it. The idiot that wrote that, I want them to know there's somebody who disagrees with you. You may have some individuals on the platform who agree. Now, I'll be clear. I don't just run around looking for platforms that talk about this. No. But you know how it is. You can be looking at your phone and something flashes through. I don't ignore it. If it flashes through, I'm going to say the person who said that, I'm going to remind them how ignorant they are. Get a life. Do something for yourself. The person that you're bringing down has made it. She's at the mountaintop and you're in the valley. And you know what? As long as you're in that valley and you're doing those things and saying all these things about the person that could lift you up, you're going to stay in that valley. So all these people who are saying all these things about Miss Obama, First Lady Obama, they're in the valley. They're in the valley. We can lift you up. We can tell you to change your ways if you want to climb out of the gutter where you are. You're either in the valley or you're in the gutter. It takes a person who has a mind that's so messed up to focus on hurting other people, on spreading misinformation about other people. Reflect on your biases. Ask yourself where your beliefs come from. Who's telling you these things? See, that's what a person who does not engage in groupthink, that's what they do. They say, where did you get this information from? I have to find out first. Find out before you go running your mouth behind your computer to try and damage somebody with your damaged mind. You need to seek out diverse perspectives and engage in real conversations about gender and race, because if you don't know your gender and you're a man and you're calling another a woman a man, ooh, honey, something is wrong with you. You've got to investigate who you are. Find out, am I a man or what? A man should know if he's a man. I don't need to be any more descriptive than that. So if you see a woman and you can't tell that's a woman who has had 2 children, who's been married to Miss Obama, you knew about their story. You knew when she was a child. There's pictures of her. If you don't know, go to the internet and see pictures of her as a little girl. Are you suggesting she was a boy at that time and the parents dressed her as a little girl? You are sick. That's a sick mind, y'all. It just has to be said. Because if you're running around saying those kinds of things, man, either you haven't done your research, or you're confused about who you are as a man, or you haven't followed the story of this family. Change your conversation. And if you're mad because she's a black woman, then say that to yourself. That's what you're upset about. If that's what you're upset about, then be brave enough to say it. But as long as you live in this world, my brother or sister, whichever, you're always going to see successful black women. The most educated women in the United States are black women. They have the highest masters and the highest PhDs. So get used to it. Until you go to your grave, you're going to have to deal with successful black women. They don't all have to have PhDs. They don't all have to have degrees, but they are fantastic businesses. They can think. They can create businesses out of nothing. So you might as well get used to it. That's reality. Wherever you go in this world, you will find a black woman. Oh, yes, you will. Very rarely would you go anywhere and one of us are not there. So you need to start having a conversation about gender and race with yourself, or those people you gather around. You better start thinking. This is getting off the subject a little bit. There's a community, I think it's in Utah somewhere, where they don't want people of color in that particular community that they're building. So you have to be a member of the Aryan nation or whatever for you to be there. You've got to be pure white, if there's any such thing. But now they're finding it difficult. You know why? Because a lot of the things that they need, it has to take a person who has a certification in construction, certification in electricity, certification in many things that people of color have. And so no matter what you do, they have to still reach into the people of color for anything to happen. This is the world. That's the way it is. The world, there are more people of color in the world than there are not. You're just going to have to get used to it. For those of us who support Michelle Obama, take action, talk. Because you're not just supporting Michelle Obama, you're supporting people like her who have made it, because we should support all of us. But when we see those who worked real hard, they went through this torturous journey to achieve what they've achieved, we're not going to let some ditch digger, if I may use that expression, yes, I said it, to try and defame them, to discredit them. We're not going to let that go. So wherever you see them, counteract these, use your voice on social media whenever you can. Counteract these false narratives. Don't walk past it. Don't say, oh, well, no, because she has the power. Michelle Obama has the power to not be bothered. She can just ignore because she's made it. There's no way these idiots can get to, they can't even come to her doorstep, let alone come into her home. So she's got the opportunity to go do whatever she wants to do. But they are those who don't. There are women who are doing all they can that are impacted because they're not at the top of the food chain, so to speak. So we're doing it for women, period. Ignorance cannot go unchecked. Because I'm telling you very honestly, if you think you're doing us a favor, or you're doing them a favor, or you're doing whoever is being abused a favor, think again. Think again. We are our sisters' keepers. There should be an affirmation to that effect. We're our sisters' keepers. And that goes for men. And you men too, not just women. You men, when you see your sister, a sister being abused, you speak up. Not under your watch. We need to talk about community engagement, because society will not progress with all this hate, all this wickedness, all this weak-mindedness. You want a strong society? You have to be strong-minded. You have to be willing to be engaged. You have to be willing to lift up the community. Otherwise, it becomes a cesspool of unintelligent people spreading rumors that impact society negatively. Our responsibility, ladies and gentlemen, is to uplift each other rather than tear each other down. And when we see that happening, we must stand up and say no. And you know what? The other thing, if you don't feel like, oh, I don't want to be bothered talking, going on the platforms and saying anything, there are other ways that you can support truthfulness. Support organizations that empower women and promote racial equality or tolerance. I believe that all of us, the word is a Serengeti, survival of the fittest. We should all make sure that our people survive. Whoever your people are, you should always fight for their survival. Although, my father always said the lion never gives birth to a lamb. If you're a lion, you act like a lion. Or if you're a lamb, you'll be eaten. You'll be savaged. So we can't sit around and allow people to disrespect us in the manner that they're disrespecting this powerful sister. No. Support organizations that do whatever they do to empower women and promote respect and tolerance. Everybody deserves it. I don't care what color you are. I don't care your race. You deserve respect and honor. If you worked hard and you achieved it, but then doggone it, the rest of you who haven't done anything, just shut up about it. If you want to be an accomplished person, then work hard for it. Lose your time and your peace for it. If you're able-bodied and you can make it something in life, then by all means go and do it. Don't sit back and be angry against those who have made it something that you couldn't achieve. The only thing that you may have achieved is that somehow you managed to buy a phone or a laptop where you can hide behind and spew your nonsense. Michelle Obama deserves respect. And many of us are willing to spend our time and resources to make a difference, not just for her, but for any woman who's undermined by the ignorance of a bunch of men. As we wrap up today, I just want to remind everyone that change starts with us. Let me say that just so that those in the back can hear it. Those who choose not to do the right thing, you can hear it. Change starts with us. Don't complain about what the world looks like or what the world is doing when you're contributing negatively to it, when you're not part of the solution. If you don't like it, then do something about it. Let's challenge ignorance and misinformation together. Michelle and President Barack Obama are symbols of hope and resilience, and they deserve our respect. All such people deserve our respect. If they're doing the right thing, then they deserve our respect. If you want respect for yourself, then you have to give respect. If you're not for what you seek, so shall you find. If you want respect, if that's what you seek, you've got to give it. If you don't give it, you don't get it back. Life has a way of boomeranging what you throw out back to you. I thank you so very much today for tuning into the Ntomodu show. Let's keep the conversation going and let's continue to uplift one another. Until next time, please stay informed and engaged. And I thank you for joining us today. I want to thank all of you who have made your comments. Thank you for your contributions. And thank you for spending this 1 hour with me. And I hope that there's something that I shared today that you can add to your repertoire and continue to walk in holy boldness as a proud man and as a proud woman. And so it is. I wish you well. Thank you.